Ohio Congressman Jim Jordan has now been dropped as a nominee for Speaker of the House. That's after 3 failed attempts to get enough votes. The conservative Republican and Trump ally was not able to win over many moderates in his party. 3 members of Long Island's congressional delegation voted no each time, and each time they cast ballots for the former Representative Lee Zeldin. Joining us now is Representative LaLota. Now, you were involved in a closed-door ballot to drop Jordan as the nominee. What is it about Jordan that you don't like?
Well, it's not about the personality, it's about the policy. And I think if it was about the personalities, we'd probably never get to yes on any speaker. What I've said to anybody running for this office, whether it was Scalise or Jordan or Hearn or anybody else, is that my constituents matter most to me. But first and foremost, a continuing resolution or some other form to fund the government, to keep the government open while we pursue our commitment to America, while we hold the administration accountable, while we secure the border, while we reduce our debt, while at the same time, specifically locally, while working on SALT, while ensuring the World Trade Center health program gets funded, while the flood insurance program gets funded. These are the criteria I announced for weeks to any House candidate for Speaker. And Mr. Jordan had fallen short of making reasonable, solid, reliable commitments towards that. We were making some progress towards the end, but it seems like now that's off the table now that he's no longer a candidate for that office.
So let's expand on that. What do you and other Long Island Republicans want to see in the next Speaker of the House?
We want a reasonable Republican, a common sense conservative who doesn't view compromise as a bad word. That voters, in their wisdom, sent Republicans to control the House and Democrats to control the Senate, and a Democrat is in the White House. That we can't view the world just one way. That if you just slam your hand on the table and say, by God, it has to be one way, that's not going to get through the Senate. The president's not going to sign our budgets or bills. That I want a speaker who will fight like hell to ensure this administration is accountable, to ensure that future generations of America have the same opportunities that we do, to ensure that we secure the border, but that at the end of the day, we're going to make our case to the public, we're going to pass our bills, but we're going to need to compromise a little bit here and there. I want a practical, reasonable, and responsible Speaker of the House to represent me and my constituents in that endeavor.
So what would you tell your constituents and other Long Islanders who are watching what is going on in Washington?
You know, there's some blame to be assigned here. 8 Republicans, so-called conservative Republicans, set a fire 2 weeks ago, and 210 Democrats threw gasoline on that fire when we vacated the office of Speaker without a bona fide replacement. Everybody who did that knew they could reasonably predict that there would be a prolonged process to fill that chair.
Congressman LaLota, thank you so much for talking with us and talking to Long Islanders. Thank you for your time.
Thanks a bunch. Have a good day.